How does Nixon unite the Republican Party, the warring factions, and how could that be applied today towards today's Republican Party?
Well, the first thing Nixon did, as I mentioned, was go out and be a good fighting, loyal soldier for Barry Goldwater, campaign for him. And so that told the conservative movement, which was really bitter with the Rockefeller-Romney wing, that Nixon was basically, may not have been one of them, but he'd gone out, he'd fought in the battle and fought with them, and if he were nominated, they'd have to be with him. So he brought the conservatives back to the Nixon center. The problem was the left, those who had not endorsed Senator Goldwater, Romney, and Rockefeller. But at the same time, Nixon said in 1966, I'm going to campaign for every Republican, liberal, conservative, north, south, east, west, who asked for my support for Congress and Senate. One exception, he would not campaign for members of the John Birch Society because of what they had said about President Eisenhower, the leader had said about President Eisenhower. So Nixon honored that. So he was out there and brought those groups together and the Goldwater groups. And then in 1966, we got a back channel through Bill Sapphire, who was an editorial columnist for the New York Times, who was a speechwriter, that Rockefeller was in trouble. And would Nixon endorse him, not in downstate New York, not here, but in Onondaga County, up in northern New York, at Syracuse area, I believe. And Nixon said, yeah, I will do it. And he went up, I think Nixon got something for it, but he went up and endorsed him publicly. And the great Murray Kempton said, you know, Richard Nixon yesterday earned his own special profile in courage. He spoke at length and well the name of Nelson Aldrich Rockefeller in Onondaga County, New York, to a Republican gathering. But that's what Nixon, he went out and he said, look, we're going to bring the party together. We got to bring them in too, the ones that didn't support us. And then in 1967, Jack Javits, they had a big testimonial dinner. They had invited Nixon to nothing. He shows up in a black tie at the testimonial dinner to Javits and said, I'm for Jack Javits for the U.S. Senate. And Javits said, well, basically, if Nixon runs in '68, I won't have to walk away from him the way I did for Barry Goldwater. So, but that basically was it. And then in '68, what Nixon did was he let the favorite sons alone. Reagan ran as a favorite son in California, Rockefeller in New York, Rhodes in Ohio, governors. And they wanted to bring their own delegations to the convention, and Nixon says, we won't battle them, go in and fight them and take their delegations away. What we'll do is we'll go to the convention as stronger than anyone else, we'll win all the primaries, and those guys will have to let their delegations go at the end of the first ballot. And if we're short, we got Nixon men in every delegation, including Ronald Reagan's.